AllBall TV. They scared, but I'm not.
I'm gonna go out on a limb. I'm gonna take the Kings. The Kings are at home. Great crowd. Great fan base. Sacramento really supports their team, and that goes way back to the Chris Webber days, man. Even probably Mitch Richmond and them guys. I'm gonna take the Kings, and this is why. I don't see how Draymond is gonna guard Sabonis. They have no answer for Sabonis. And last year in the playoffs, like you said, you was adamant about that, very upset. If Sabonis was hitting those mid-range, those little scoop shots, they would have beat Golden State in that first round. As much as I love Curry, you know I'm a big Klay Thompson guy. You see they put him back in that starting lineup. They not that crazy. I think it's over. I think certain players, certain organizations at this point, I'm not saying you're going to lose on purpose and it doesn't matter to get in the playoffs, but if you're not competing to get to the finals, they older. And like I said, I don't like they bench. Now you're relying on Kuminga, who's just starting to come into his own. Thus far, he's been a bust up until now, if we want to talk about bust. You know, but he's had a great season right now. But I like Sacramento in this game. And my opinion, I can be wrong. I know Golden State Warrior fans not going to like this. I think it's time to move on from Curry and Klay. I think both of those guys need to leave Golden State. Unless you're going to make a big trade to put them back in title contention, because I do think Curry and Klay can make another title run in the next 3 years if you get the right piece. They scared to trade Draymond, but let's just say if you package a Draymond, a Wiggins, a Kuminga, some picks, and go get a Giannis. I'm just guessing. I still think they have that to make a run. But if you're not going to do nothing like that, I'm being honest. I think tonight, the Warriors dynasty is officially over. I'm going with Sacramento, the young guys, to get them out of here. I picked Sacramento last year, and I was wrong. Curry turned into Curry. 50 ball, game 7, legendary. But once again, like we were saying, if Sabonis ain't have a bad series, bad couple games, we wouldn't even be having this discussion. I think tonight seals the deal, seals the fate. The Golden State Warriors dynasty is officially over. And I think Kerr may need to move on. And I think they may need to start figuring out what they're going to do as far as the future. But I'm going with the Kings tonight.
I'm going to concur. I think Sabonis is going to figure this thing out. He's going to realize Kevon Looney's not there to punk him for more rebounds unless they bring him out there and somehow he turns it up. I don't believe in Kuminga. I think he's still too young, went behind the ears. And I'm going to shock the world with this because I already said Sabonis is going to come through, which is already crazy in itself. I'm banking on him. I'm worried to death for doing that. And here's the other double down. It's going to be nuts. I think Harrison Barnes is going to have a big game.
Ooh.
This is back-to-back seasons for an elimination game against the Warriors, the team that traded you out of nowhere. Dallas did you further dirty, but you had an awful championship that we all revert back to when it comes to Harrison Barnes. He's the guy that needs to exercise these demons. And if I'm not mistaken, they're at home actually, all ball.
Golden State.
The Kings are number 9 and Golden State number 10.
Oh wow! So the game is played where?
In Sacramento.
Right, no, I said that. I said Sacramento be playing home. They got the home court advantage.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, Kings is home.
I think they're going to light the beam, and I think Harrison Barnes is going to have a big game and or hit the game-winning shot, go-ahead shot, and put him away. I see a historic storybook ending for him, exercise the demons, and get the Kings to a different position. Because let's be honest about this also. The Kings did dial it back. They were the top 3 seed last season. So this is actually a step back for them.
This is terrible.
Yes, De'Aaron Fox, they got to figure that out over there. Because De'Aaron Fox and Sabonis, I don't know what's going on. I really believe that I was got to pat myself on the back again. They traded the wrong guy. Halliburton and Sabonis would have been insane.
But hold on. Sabonis took that next step. Like his numbers this season and what he's done, De'Aaron Fox didn't take that next step. It seemed like he digressed. Last season, we said, oh man, Sacramento going to snowball that, and then they're going to come into the next season crazy. And like I said, but, just to compare it to what you said about Zion and the Pelicans, the West acquiring Westbrook, James Harden, Kevin Durant, the ascending of Ant-Man, SGA, Joker, out of control. So for me, of course, going from 3 to 9, that's crazy. Now, if they'd have stayed in maybe the 6th seed or something, so I get what you're saying. And then remember, Monk is hurt, who's a big, you get what I'm trying to say? So I'm not going to.
Kevin Huerter.
Right. So, that dip they took, but you're right. They got to figure it out because, you can't have a great 1-2 punch and don't maximize on that. You cannot keep failing every season. That 1-2 punch is good enough to build around and become, if you're not title contention, at least you second, third in the playoffs every year and you tussling, just like, let's say, like how Toronto Raptors was when they had my guy, DeMar DeRozan. They never made it to the promised land, but every year they competed, great record, and they just kept running into LeBron James. So I get what you're saying. They got to figure that out. They have to figure that out.
And yeah, to your point, Bowen Allen, I think De'Aaron Fox having one of his best seasons yet, maybe defensively, but offensively, I just don't think him and Sabonis, really figured it out yet. And maybe you're right, AllBall, to your point. Maybe it is the West got better and it's tougher for them in general, and they're just the 9th best team in a crazier conference. Keegan Murray is the one that will probably have a big game. Keegan Murray has to have a big game in the playoffs. We saw he broke the rookie record last year for three-pointers in a season. All right, cool. We have to see more than that. I think for me, it has to be Harrison Barnes is the guy that missed a game-winning shot. That's another reason why the Sacramento Kings lost to the Warriors last season.
Good point.
He missed the game winner. So he hit I think he's 7 out of 12 in one game against the last game against the Warriors. They only played twice this season, if I'm not mistaken. The Kings have jumped up from 20th in the league to 3rd in defense in the month of March. They're not a defensive team, and all of a sudden, they've come up.
Wow.
Kings defense fell off a cliff. Nah, Vaughn. The Kings defense, it's the other way. The Kings defense actually got better without Huerter and without who we said and Malik Monk.
Right. Yeah.
So I think, to your point, it's a lot of pressure in the bottle that they can put. This is the perfect game. This is where all the writing's on the wall. Oh boy, I'm surprised you ain't go here. I see Draymond getting kicked the hell out of here and costing them another game.
Nah,
ending the season.
I think he's going to behave himself. I think the referees, when it comes to the playing into the playoffs, they're going to let some things go as long as he don't do nothing crazy. But for me, to me, it doesn't even matter what Draymond Green does. I don't think, tonight and even in the playoffs, if they make the playoffs, this is about, Steph Curry. This is not about nobody else. Steph Curry can potentially go down as the greatest point guard of all time. We understand about Magic Johnson, but if Curry gets another ring, y'all got to remember, he did it without KD. That was big for him. Pause, right? Tonight, Steph Curry will have to probably give you a 40 ball for them to have a chance. It's saying, I don't care what Draymond Green do. We not putting this on Klay. No. Because De'Aaron Fox and them is going to go at him. You got to remember, man, they got a little, they got a little smoke with him from last year. And while I like Sacramento, they love to compete. They like this moment. They want this moment. In the playoffs, they didn't duck no smoke. They just lost to a better superstar in Steph Curry. So I think if Curry had one of those games, then all bets is off. But I don't see him having a 40-50 ball. Would I be surprised? No. But just like LeBron, tonight, in the fashion that the Golden State Warriors win or lose and move forward, I'm going to be honest, they have some things they need to think about as well. With Golden State, how is your future going to be looking? Remember, are y'all going to give Klay the money? Because now if you lose Klay Thompson, people can say what they want. We see Steph Curry by himself. They didn't make the playoffs. They are horrific to watch when it's just Steph Curry out there. See, people don't want to admit that. As great as Steph Curry is, Golden State Warriors have a problem. If you don't pay Klay Thompson, As good as Draymond Green think he is, or y'all think he is, that man is not giving you double digits in anything. Once in a while, he'll give you 10 points, 15 rebounds, 7, 8, 9 assists. But his stat line is normally 8, 8, and 8, 6, 6, and 6. All of that, he's the enforcer and the tough guy. Who cares? As y'all can see, it doesn't matter. As tough as he is, as much as y'all think he protects Steph Curry, they in the play-in. So once again, depending on what happens, and I don't see them getting out the first round no matter who they play. I'm sorry. I'm not running with they too little. Look what happened with them last year with the Lakers. We could say the Lakers is old and this and that, but they still a big team. Who is Curry and them beating in the playoffs? I don't miss me with who they are. And listen, they too little. And if you're not getting no production from nobody except Curry and on occasions, Klay Thompson, you're not beating nobody. So they have something to think about as well. Like I said, you see how we ain't even talk about Wiggins. That's how much he goes missing. So I'm taking Sacramento because I think, if they get in the playoffs in the first round, they can make it competitive. People want to see Steph Curry. I love to see Steph Curry in the playoffs. But once again, I'm sorry, man. It's over. It's over. It's over.
Writing's on the wall, man. Writing's on the wall. I think it's over as well. I don't think they're going to re-sign Klay Thompson. The open secret, apparently, he's going to Orlando. And and
hold on. If Klay Thompson goes to Orlando, wow.
I'll tell you what, if he is going to Orlando, and maybe I can end it with this. I don't know if you have a short reply. We could just end it. Golden State might be better off doing a sign and trade him and Draymond, get him up out of there, send him to Florida. Just give it all, dump that cap. And Orlando's already tough. Imagine them with Draymond and Klay Thompson.
But I know we about to get out of here, but forget the Draymond. If he signs with Orlando, wow. If Klay Thompson signs with the Orlando Magic, they jump up to the top 3 teams in the East. I'm sorry. Listen, it's a mess in Milwaukee. We do not know how healthy Embiid is going to be. I'm going Boston, New York, Orlando. Everybody else, y'all figure it out. I'm sorry. I'm not believing in Embiid no more. He's always hurt. Y'all see what happens with Milwaukee. As long as they got Doc Rivers, they will never win anything. And I keep telling people, Giannis is not happy. Giannis is not happy. Giannis is not happy. When guys are not happy, they do not play well. Don't let that record fool you. A lot of teams was injured. Look at my Knicks. Look at Indiana. A lot of teams was injured. Philadelphia. So imagine if Embiid never got hurt. Imagine if OG and Randall never got hurt. Imagine if Halliburton and them guys never got hurt. You think Milwaukee will still be a 2-3 seed? Yeah, right.
AllBall TV. They scared, but I'm not.